Hey, what's up, bros? It is Joe here, and welcome back to a movie review video. Today we are reviewing Hold the Movie Up. Put that in a close up. It is X-Men. I don't really know if you guys could see that, but this is the X-Men movie, trust me, and
It's the very first one.
yeah.
That...
So yeah, the first movie you get introduced to like Hugh Jackman and all that stuff.
Yeah. So this one came out 16 years ago in 2000.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're also. I know most of you are thinking about the new X-Men Apocalypse that just came out, which I'm pretty sure.
I already saw that.
Yeah.
I highly recommend seeing it.
Yeah.
We thought we would do this in like I don't know, just in response to that.
And so the cool thing about this movie, what I love about it is it follows the comics very well. I'm very impressed with that because most movies, tend to just drift away from its original plot from like a book, comic, etc.
Plot of this movie is pretty much there's Wolverine and then
Mystique.
And then there's Rogue. That's the main part. And then Rogue runs away from home because she gives her boyfriend a coma and she gets into Wolverine's crook. And that's how she finds him. Next thing you know, they're driving away and they're caught by a bunch of Magneto's minions.
Right.
And they literally die. But then the X-Men come and
help
rescue them.
And then there's Cyclops, guy who can shoot lasers out of his eyes, which he's pretty cool, I guess.
Storm.
Yeah, Charles Xavier.
Yeah, Charles Xavier, he's the bomb. I really love him.
I know, he's very intelligent. He's the one who started the X-Men. He's like the main host, creator.
Yeah. And then he tries to help Wolverine discover his past. And basically the plot is Magneto needs Rogue to destroy all these leaders at an event in New York, and the X-Men stop that.
Yeah, the X-Men do a very good job. The movie is very good. I highly recommend it. It's a very good classic Marvel superhero movie.
Marvel superhero movie. It's actually one of the better ones. So those of you know, movies like Spider-Man and this, they're not owned by Marvel Studios. They're owned by... This is owned by Fox, and X-Men is owned by Sony. This is one of the better ones that doesn't come out of Marvel Studios.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I haven't seen X-Men Apocalypse yet, the new X-Men movie. I know, we're kind of bringing up a movie that, is 16 years old.
But there's a lot of movies that are like 30 years old that people still bring up. So.
Yeah, but you're right, I bet you, I know most of you would recommend, X-Men Apocalypse, which of course, it's a new movie, whatnot. But of course I do want to see that, but...
Yeah. I already saw it. It was really good. I'm not giving away spoilers, but...
Well, one question. Did it follow the comics? Was the plot correct?
I do not know.
Oh, okay. You see, that's what I love about movies like this. If it's based on a book, comic, true story, etc., whatever, then I love when the movie just is spot on, with its original plot.
So, yeah, this movie is just... a lot of action, and Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, they're both Magneto, Professor X. Really good people.
Charles Xavier's, nicknamed Professor X, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think he's kind of Professor Xavier X,
Yeah. And so it just follows the comics
and
perfectly.
in this movie it includes 10 minutes of never before seen footage. So in this movie I have right here, there may be some different ones from the ones that were released in the movies. So, yeah.
And so what I heard about X-Men Apocalypse...
we're talking about this.
Yeah, I know.
But I actually think I might make the series. Next I'm going to review the next one, and then the next one. Unfortunately, I don't think I own X-Men 2. Well, I do own it, but I don't think we own it anymore. But I own this one. It is really good. I would say it's, second one is an improvement.
Yeah.
But this one overall, very solid. Good introduction. I always love good introduction movies.
Right, yeah.
The first Iron Man, that was the first Marvel movie ever made. From Marvel Studios.
Right. what I heard about it, the person who created Marvel, Stan Lee.
Yeah, he
Uh,
has cameos.
Yeah,
in
he
all
has
the
a lot of
movies.
cameos, and when I read a book about him, this kid's book about him a while back, I told that back in 2000 when this movie that we are reviewing now was released, it was like a smash hit, and it was like very good.
And it launched
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman into like
Yeah.
fame. It's
Yeah.
really just if you like Hugh Jackman, think this movie.
Yes.
So
So yeah, Hugh Jackman. He's not just in X-Men movies. He was in the Les Mis movie. So from what I've been told, and I'm told he has a very good voice. I guess.
yeah, he has a good voice. Lame
Right.
is he was in. He was also in The Prestige. I've only seen parts of that.
Right.
What else has he been in? I
His
don't
newest
know.
movie is Eddie the Eagle, and he was just in Peter Pan. So
Oh yeah, he was in Peter Pan. I didn't hear good things about that movie. Please put in the comments if what I hear about it is true and that it ruins a story. So yeah, but Hugh Jackman, Ian McKellen,
Yeah.
Patrick Stewart, all these people
they did such a great
they were
job.
made for
Yeah.
these roles.
Right.
Another thing I want to point out is that I personally think that this movie, well, it was in. I like this introduction better than First Class to like all those mutants. I like this like movie as a better introduction movie.
Yeah.
And truth, all those people they have cast now like Ian McKellen and Michael Fassbender. No, Michael Fassbender and James McAvoy, Jennifer Lawrence.
Right.
They're all good, but this is the original cast.
Well, and what I love about X-Men is that I look at the comics from like back in like the 60s when X-Men was first invented, or was it 50s or 40s? I don't know, something like around there when the X-Men was first created. But then like 60 something years later, you come back to this, and the movie is incredibly made.
Yeah.
And like you would think, wow, this is what it must be like if all these comics were based on true stories. It's so realistic.
Please let me note that in this series, I have mixed feelings about a couple of the movies that everybody says are god awful. But I see where people are coming from. So if I review,
me too. I agree.
If I review like X-Men 3 and say, oh, I think it was a good movie, and I heard a lot of people don't think it's a good movie, that's my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. We all have our opinions, but I know I agree. I think X-Men 3 was very decently good.
Yeah.
But
it's most of those movies are not as bad as people say they are. Like they're god awful. They have really good action sequences, and that's what I look for in a movie. Of course, I like a little character development in there, and maybe some like dialogue, like interesting dialogue, but mainly that's why I don't mind Michael Bay movies, because I like explosions.
Yeah.
Those are the type of movies I go into it not expecting a lot of dialogue.
Right.
So that's why I like Transformers and stuff. Many people are probably gonna say you suck for liking Transformers, but she likes them too. I train myself. When I go into a Michael Bay movie, I don't expect character development. I don't expect dialogue. I expect explosions.
Right.
So if I get that, I'm happy.
Yeah, same here. I know. I'm not a huge fan of Michael Bay movies. There's just a couple, the Transformers movies I did find pretty good. But I have seen, obviously better movies. No offense, Michael Bay, but
there are way better action movies than that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, true.
But anyways, what I love about movies like this, X-Men, back to X-Men.
Well, they're not they're not like boring.
Right, and it's like this movie. What I love about it is it's very realistic. It brings like what the comics portrayed and what it would look like in real life. If Wolverine did exist.
And there's a lot of jokes in there. Like,
right.
I don't know if you understood this joke, but when they were in the when they're in like the air, like what do you call that? The jet.
Yeah.
In Avengers Mansion going out, and he's wearing the suit, and he's like, "You guys go out in these things." He's like, "What would you prefer, yellow spandex?" He wears those in the comics.
Right.
That was supposed to be a joke.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
What would you prefer, yellow spandex?
Oh yeah. I mean, that is true. They did put those in the comics, and I actually have seen like previous, videos on YouTube of guys dressing up like Wolverine, just like in the original comics. But you're right. I don't think that would be very realistic enough for
Yeah,
the movies.
like a cartoon,
Right.
maybe.
Like they're trying. What I love about the producers is that they're just trying to bring out, reality with X-Men. What X-Men would look
Overall,
like in real life.
If I were to choose
and
one,
that's what I love
if
about
I were to
them.
choose one series that I would say has succeeded not being part of the Marvel universe, I would say this one.
Yeah, and
like Spider-Man, recent movies not too good.
no, it's
and
not.
and also Fantastic Four, I have not seen that. I don't want to see it. I have heard terrible things
Oh
about
gosh, yeah. I heard it's like barely gotten even. I heard it's barely even gotten like a 1-star rating.
it. Yeah, like but if all the Marvel movies that are not made by Marvel, this is the most successful. I can't stress that enough. Now, I liked all three of the original Spider-Man movies. Yes, I like the third one. I know a lot of people don't like it.
Yeah.
It's just a thing for me.
I know. Well, but just when producers, I'm sorry, I know I'm sticking on this topic, but when they just bring movies, like with characters that are fictional and they just collide it with reality, I just love that. That's amazing, And they do, and I think, in my personal opinion, the people who made X-Men did such a fantastic job on
Yeah.
that. Just colliding fiction with reality. I just love that. I love it when they do that, and they do such a great job.
I just
You're him.
really recommend this
Yeah.
movie. I'm probably gonna be making a second X-Men movie sometime soon. I know I haven't made a video in a while. I'm trying to come back with these videos. And yeah. See y'all later. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And see y'all later.
Right.
Say bye, Max.
All right. Goodbye. Thank you.